By now, everybody knows, rest in peace, Juice Wrlds passed away Sunday morning. And it's not new news. Everybody's devastated. The rap, the hip-hop culture is all devastated. A lot of people devastated because he was a celebrity and because he was one of the biggest, hip-hop artists of our generation now. And it's really sad that, this has happened. This video is not about mourning Juice, because I don't necessarily want to make a video about that. I mean, it's sad. It's just so sad that he's passed. This video is about what happened as far as what we know so far. And all people heard is that Juice had a seizure, right? And people, you're just wondering, he's 21 years old. What, unless he has epilepsy or some kind of disease that people didn't know about that would just cause a seizure to and have him die, because there's a lot of even diseases that cause seizures, but you don't die from them. They just have them, people just kind of get back up. But this was obviously something severe that caused death. So it does seem kind of sudden, like something that would be caused from drugs or some kind of drug overload, or something happened. Something is not right. Who knows? We don't know. But what's come out, allegedly, there are some facts, but there are some things that haven't been proven yet, is that he was on the plane with, I don't know how many people, but he had 2 security guards and his girlfriend. That's been, the story, it's confirmed. And they found so what happened was, basically he was coming in on a private plane into Chicago from LA. And allegedly, or from what the stories say, the pilot of that plane mentioned or sent an alert to authorities that something fishy is going on, or there's drugs involved on this plane or whatever. So the feds were waiting at the airport, knowing that this plane was going to arrive, probably knowing that there's a big name rapper involved, just trying to probably get this thing together. What's going on? We're going to do a search. Once Juice arrives in Chicago, the feds meet them at the plane, from what I understand. And they're going to say, we're going to search this place because we heard that there's some, crap going on over here. We're going to find out what the deal is. While they're searching, Juice has this seizure. And then he's rushed to the hospital and he's pronounced dead an hour later. Now, while he's there, again, this happened while, I think, on the plane, I believe. While they were landing. I don't know if they were allowed out. Who knows if they were out or in, but it happened there. Then from what I understand, the report is that the authorities asked, does anyone know if he's taking drugs or what's going on? And his girlfriend said something like, yeah, he takes Percocets, he has a drug problem. That's a quote from XXL. And they proceed to give him another drug called Narcan that is supposed to, like an emergency drug, if someone overdoses on an opioid, it's supposed to just flush out the opioid somehow. So I don't know if, it obviously didn't work. So wasn't caught in time or whatever the case is, no one knows. So that happened. Then they found, after the thorough search, they found, I think, 2 weapons and ammunition, and I think 70 pounds of vacuum sealed marijuana, and 6 codeine bottles, I believe, and I think that's all. So, and then they take in the 2 security guards, arrest them, but then they were released, I believe, both of them, on gun charges. Although they found out, what I found out is supposedly they did have carry and conceal licenses. So they were okay to carry them, but they weren't allowed to have them on the plane. So they got charged and let go because I believe one of them said that it wasn't theirs. Something fishy's going on with some of this stuff, because no one's claiming anything. So I don't know how there weren't more arrests involved. I don't know how many people were on the plane, because they found 70 pounds of marijuana, right? Juice is dead. There's 2 security guards and his girlfriend, and I don't know who else is on that plane. But no one was charged. No one was, accused of this, right? No one claimed this bag. Obviously, no one's going to claim it, but someone not being charged, or I don't know if they're still trying to investigate, obviously, is kind of strange. It sounds like, are these people going to pin it on Juice Wrld, or what is going on? No one knows. But in terms of how Juice died, what's confusing to me is like there's three, right now, I guess, theories. One is that he just had a seizure, just a medical seizure, and he died from it, cause of nothing. But probably unlikely, because I don't know how that happened. The other is that he had a seizure due to his drug intake in general, and maybe he overdosed. The third theory that's going around, and it's not confirmed because no one knows, but there are some claims that he had a bunch of Percocets, and when he found out that they were going to be searched, he took more, and who knows if he had any more in his system already, but that he took more of what he had. I don't know how many pills to ingest them so that the cops, wouldn't find them on him. That's a third theory. And it seems, I don't want to say I could, that Juice did that, because we don't know, but the seizure that happened seems like to correlate that, like, wow, there was some kind of crazy amount that he took, or overdose, that caused that. Now, I don't know if it was because he took it, again, because they were there and he wanted to hide them. No one knows. That's just a theory, and I don't think it's been confirmed. But his girlfriend did say he takes Percocets, like trying to let them know because of that seizure, to I guess try to like help him in that emergency situation. So those are the theories. And one thing that confuses me about the third theory is that, if Juice is gonna hide the drugs, unfortunately, which killed him, if that was the case, they already, I don't know, like, there was, to me, it seems like there's a lot of stuff on the plane already, like marijuana, codeine, weapons. Hiding just those Percocets, I don't know. I don't know what the math is or the logic is, if that was going to save him from a jail sentence or something like that, but they're just being so much, was it worth, like, taking that many pills? No one, like, dude, you're taking, opioids. You're not taking, Tylenol, which even that can really, really damage in high doses. So, like, to do that, knowing that there's a lot of all these other drugs, I don't just seem super risky, obviously. If that was the case, again, no one knows. So those are the three theories, and I guess we'll find out. It's just hard to even speculate on this because it's just so sad that what happened to him. But, people want to know, people want to know what happened. And I would hate that a bad story is created, or a bad narrative is created about Juice Wrld's, last moments, so I don't want to speculate on what happened, but we just want to know that, that everything was okay. Nothing can bring him back, but people are curious about the story. And the reason why I'm curious about the story is so that people can avoid these things, and avoid these problems, like, stop this drug. If this is what caused it, like, when are people going to wake up from this stuff? When are people going to wake up that this drug, shit is just not good for you, man? I don't know what it takes. And I think people obviously know, right? But they still do it. But when will it stop people from doing it? Like, we've lost X, we've lost Mac Miller over drugs. X wasn't over drugs. X was a murder. We lost Juice, which we don't know fully what's going on. Seems to be related to drugs, but we'll find out soon. It's just too sad. Anyway, guys, tell me what you know about this. If you know anything else, drop in the comments below. Rest in peace, Juice Wrld.